Sonic the Hedgehog. What a bumpy ride it has been. While this franchise has had its ups and downs, there is one area it's been consistently great in. Sonic's portable adventures have been consistently fun and were some of the high points even in some of Sonic's darker ages. 8-bit Sonic 1, 2, Chaos, Triple Trouble, Pocket Adventure, the Advanced Trilogy, the Rush games. These games are just really good to this day and still just dumb fun. Hell, I even like Sonic Labyrinth for better or for worse.
I know it sounds like I'm sucking the dick of Sonic's portable games, but they have had their fair share of bad days, like Sonic Blast for the Game Gear. And the topic of this video, Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis for the Game Boy Advance. What I consider the worst Sonic game of all time. Why do I think that? Well, join me today as we take a look at this shameful attempt at remaking a 16-bit classic. And it's absolutely failing!
Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis was a port/remake of Sonic 1 for the Game Boy Advance. Released for the 15th anniversary alongside Sonic 06, Sonic Genesis was supposed to be a celebration of Sonic's beginnings, like how 06 was supposed to be a gesture into a bright future. Like how 06, however, tarnished the franchise's future, 06 ruined the game that started it all. This game is one of the most hated and low-received ports of a game I've ever seen. Luckily, only us Westerners experienced it as it was North American exclusive. What's also strange is that the game was released in 2006 for the Game Boy Advance. The DS and PSP were already out for 2 years at this point, so why the GBA now?
Yeah, we're off to a bad start so far when it comes to this port, but is it really as bad as most people say it is? Well, let's find out.
The game starts with the classic Sega screen, but it's pretty slow and the audio cuts off. Then we're greeted to an updated Sonic Team screen. Then the title screen appears, and... You know, if any game had to have the most representative title screen of what the actual game itself was like, then Sonic Genesis would probably win that award 3 years in a row. Upon pressing start, you're greeted with two different ways to play the game, original mode and anniversary mode. The only difference is that anniversary mode adds a spin dash. That's it.
No new stages, no Tails or Knuckles, no Super Sonic, you get nothing at all. You just get something that probably could have been the options to begin with.
When you pick your game mode and pick your zone from the level select, the game begins and you're greeted to some of the worst screen crunch you'll ever see. I've played quite a few SNES and Genesis ports on GBA, and from what I've seen, they don't suffer too much from screen crunch. Sonic Genesis, however, really does suffer from it. The Genesis games already had some mild screen crunch to begin with, permanently fixing Sonic dead center of the TV, but imagine playing any of those games with Sonic taking up a ninth of the screen. Looking at the graphics, they don't seem too bad. In fact, they're very accurate to the Genesis version, but good graphics can only do so much, and you'll see why soon. The music is quite a turn-off as well. Most tracks sound pretty meh to bad. Yeah, Mario Advance 2 doesn't sound so bad now, does it? I know the GBA has a much different sound font to the Genesis, and authentic Sega Genesis sound is pretty difficult to capture, but it seems like they didn't even try this time. Hell, the melody in the credits sounds better, and the songs were even remixed than Sonic Advance. They sounded actually pretty nice. What the fuck happened here? The controls are also something that takes some time getting used to. Sonic feels completely weightless, and the physics don't help either. What made classic Sonic fun was its momentum-based physics and a sense of accomplishment after getting a bunch of speed, and rolling down a hill, for example. But when you take this away, you automatically make the experience worse. I picked up the speed sneakers and I'm not going any faster. I'm trying to fight Robotnik and I can just jump on top of the Doctor's Eggmobile. Remember in the Starlight Zone boss fight, you had to use the seesaws to defeat him? Well, guess what? How about you just jump up and hit him in this version? Yeah, it takes away all the challenge. I'm ducking on a slope, and Sonic isn't curling into a ball and rolling down. I die to a fucking rising platform. I can't stop myself and I slam into an enemy or obstacle. When it comes to ports/remakes coded from scratch, it's fine to not be 100% like the original. As long as you make it close enough and enjoyable, you're okay. Sonic Genesis feels like being stuck in traffic on a hot summer day while you're sick and your least favorite song is playing on the radio. It's not pleasant. It just sucks.
Golly, this game's a nightmare so far. Oh, well, maybe the special stages won't be that bad. I retract my previous statement.
Special stages in Sonic 1 weren't exactly the best to begin with. I mean, I still consider them pretty alright, but most of the community says otherwise. But imagine playing them with little to no control over your movement and weird reactions to bumpers and R-switches. I have yet to bring up the worst part of the game somehow, so let's talk about the slowdown. It's not that noticeable at first in Green Hill Zone, but in later stages like Marble Zone, Spring Yard Zone, it's very noticeable. However, it just comes in hard during Labyrinth Zone. I don't actually mind Labyrinth Zone too much in the original game, I somehow actually enjoy it. But in the GBA version, it's absolutely the definition of patience is the key to winning. Sonic's already slow enough in this version, so imagine being underwater. Yeah, it speaks for itself. This also makes the Labyrinth Zone boss fight even tougher than it already was for most players. I can get through the original boss fight near perfectly sometimes and even make it to the top before the water even gets there. However, in Sonic Genesis, it's actually pretty difficult due to the wacky physics and slowdown. Boss fights in this game, for the most part, are either really easy or put up slightly more of a fight in this game. I already mentioned Green Hill and Starlight's fights. Spring Yards isn't much better, Marbles actually kinda puts up a fight, and Scrap Brains is one of the most difficult due to not actually being able to see the top tubes. Thus, it makes it easier to get crushed and potentially game over a lot on this boss. I came in with around 16 to 17 lives and came out with only 6 left. I'd also like to mention I didn't actually manage to get all the Chaos Emeralds during this run. Again, special stages are much harder due to the whacked out physics, so no different ending this time. Happy 15th anniversary, Sonic. Oh, and by the way, Eggman, you can keep those emeralds and shove them where the sun don't shine, because I'm not doing this again.
So yeah, that was Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, what I consider to be the worst Sonic game of all time. Are there any that are debatably worse? Yes, Secret Rings, I'm looking at you. But if we're talking about the one that provides nothing positive, and if there is something, it'll just be so much better than playing the original version, or the 2013 Christian Whitehead version for iOS, Android, and recently the decompilations on PC. At least with the other bad Sonic games, there's at least some enjoyment you can get out of them. Shadow had decent gunplay despite it not being needed. 06 had a good soundtrack, Secret Rings had good presentation, Boom had the TV show, which is just gold. Forces had the custom character creator, which is just a joy to mess around with. Sonic Genesis, though, has absolutely nothing going for it at all. For that, I consider Sonic Genesis the worst Sonic game of all time. Not only just the one of the worst ports/remakes I've ever played. With that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.